Exercise 4, cutting. So you've got by now wielding, low wields, mid wields, high wields. You also have your 2 head parries and you have your hanging parries. So from the hanging parry, we're now going to teach the head cut. Pretty straightforward. Now we break the act of cutting into 4 components. The 4 components of cutting are as follows. The first component is I need you to extend the pommel towards your target like you're going to knock their teeth out with the back end, right? And you'll be like, why? That's crazy. The reason for this is really simple, is that people do not extend their arms out. They're constantly slicing and slashing like the little Tyrannosaurus Rex Jedis, right? And this is no use to you. You have a shoulder, so you need to learn to use the shoulder, but the deltoid quite often is deficient, so what people do is they substitute and they try and do this kind of stuff. And it's an awful look. It's an awful look. It's the first thing I look for when I decide whether or not somebody has any real experience with the sword, is what they command the shoulder to do relative to the elbow. And you need to extend. So from here, hanging parry. Number 1, extend the pommel forwards. Number 2 is to pull the pommel. I'm not pushing my right hand out. My right hand is already out because I've extended. My left is instead going to drop down towards my tummy to complete the execution there. And if you look from the other side, again, from the hanging parry, the extension comes first. The pommel towards the target. Obviously, in the final conclusion, this is going to be delivered as a single action. But when we talk about the neurological sequencing, the firing of the nerves that trigger each contraction through each specific muscle fiber, it's like a Mexican wave. They don't all just contract at the same time. They have to do the right job at the right time. So what you're going to do is you're going to break the movement down. You're then going to repeat it 10,000 times, and people are like, oh, that's 100 times a day for 100 days. That's like 3 months, guys. That's nothing. It's nothing, right? So you just do it. 100 cuts for 100 days, 10,000 cuts. And then all of a sudden the stuff that you said, that was impossible, it's not. You just got to practice. I know, because I used to say it was impossible and I learned I was wrong. Your turn, yeah? From here, pommel out, pull the pommel down towards, and that delivers the cut at full extension. From here, I'm then going to wield the weapon again, because I'm going to choose one side or the other to protect myself. At this point in time with the mother stance, it doesn't really matter which side, so I'll alternate one after the other. From here, hanging parry, extend, cut, wield, and then I'm going to push this pommel forwards to arrive in my new hanging parry. From here, there's the extension, the cut, the wield, and now I'm going to push that pommel up to arrive in the hanging parry on the other side. Extend, cut, wield, parry, extend, cut, wield, parry, extend, cut, wield, parry, extend, cut, wield, parry. And it smooths out in time. Again, you know, if you think this is going to really happen for you in less than a few weeks or a few months of practice, quite often we see, you know, people who aren't physically literate when they started the process. This might take them 18 months to get to a point where it starts to flow. It's not spinning. Spinning is different. Spinning is, I don't care about the angle of the blade. I don't care if I'm hitting with the flat or the false edge or something. This is precise. Here I am, parry, extend, cut, wield, parry, extend, cut, wield. Each component has a meaning, and you are not allowed to lose the meaning in the search for glory. Okay, so slow it down, get it right. Do it. If you're going to do 100 cuts, do 80 of them slowly and then speed up for the last 20 and see how you get on with that.